welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today we're going to do a 30-minute jump board class. So you're just going to need your jump board and your reformer. We're not going to use any props. You don't need your box or your ball or anything. I would grab a towel and a bottle of water, and please, we're going to jump for 30 minutes, switching sides and legs, but if you need to break and take a break and drink some water, please do so. Don't try to stick with me if you're feeling a little overwhelmed or tired. With that being said, we're going to start with one red and one blue. So that's one heavy and one light spring. That's just good for me. We're going to jump with both legs. So you can pick, if that's too heavy, take that light spring off and just jump on that heavy spring. But if you're with me, one heavy and one light. Let's get started. We're going to start on our backs, okay? So let's slowly come on down onto our backs. Both feet onto your jump board. Before we get started, make sure your knees are right above your hips. Your starting position isn't out here, and you're also not starting where your butt is kind of really close to that jump board. So you want that neutral spine, neutral position. Make sure your spine, you have that little gap between your lower spine and that reformer. So find that neutral spine. And from here, we're just going to warm up those legs. So let's just start jumping out and in. Both feet are parallel, hip distance apart here, okay? And we're just warming up, little tiny jumps. Don't make these your biggest jumps here, okay? And when we land, it's ball heel, ball heel. So you're rolling that foot onto that jump board. You're not stomping your feet like this, okay? Think of really light feet here. Ball heel and these little jumps. We're just warming them up, bringing up that heart rate. We don't want to overexert ourselves in the first 2 minutes, okay? We have 30 minutes of this, so let's just keep it nice and easy and we'll build up. Breathe through your nose and out through that purse slip. Little hops here. Good job, guys. So if you feel like you've got this and you're landing ball heel, good job. Let's jump for 3, 2, 1. Now let's make bigger jumps here. So really push out on that ball of that foot. See if you can bring that carriage all the way back towards the back of your reformer here. So let's make these our biggest jumps. Breathe. So the legs should be getting warm. Good job. Still keeping that neutral spine. Let's jump for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to those little jumps now. Just those little tiny jumps, not our full biggest jumps here. Kind of bringing that heart rate back down. Good. Keep going, and we're going to add on to this. So now we're going to jump with our feet together and then back out to a wide stance. So jump with feet together, jump wide. We're still keeping that jump fairly small. They're not our biggest jumps. So just think of like a little jump, just to keep that heart rate up, but not to overexert ourselves. Jumping feet together, jumping wide. Back and forth, back and forth. Good job, guys. And you're still landing ball heel, ball heel. Good. We're going to add on to this. We're going to go into those big jumps and watch me. In 3, 2, 1. You're going to jump wide, bring the legs out to second and land. So with these big jumps, you're going to push your legs out to the side and land ball heel. And these are our biggest jumps again. So really try to push that carriage back towards the back of that reformer. Keeping our legs nice and strong as we reach them out towards the side of the room. Good. Nice little split jump here and landing ball heel. Keep them big. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go back to parallel feet and just those small little jumps again. Good. So our heart rate should be lifted. If you guys are feeling good, keep going here. Okay. And now we're going to switch positions with our feet. So now let's keep jumping. Switch your feet. So now you're going to jump in first position. So heels together, toes apart. Still in that small jump here. We're not in our biggest jumps. Nice little leap, I guess. And landing ball heel. Big heels together, toes apart. So really think about really pushing those heels together, zipping up through those inner thighs when you jump out. Good. 1. Now push out. Zip those legs together in that big jump. Good. See if we can add some beats in that jump. Jump out, beat those heels. Jump out, beat those heels. So these are our big jumps. And you want to land with heels together. So jump, beat those heels, heels together. So we're still landing in that first position. Good. Make these big. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Little jumps again. Still landing in that first position. Good. Let's add on to this. So we're going to keep those little jumps, and now we're just going to jump in and then land wide. Heels together, land wide. So when we're landing wide, we're going to land in a wide second. Heels are still pointing to the sides of the room. So think about really landing kind of like in the corners, top corners of your jump board here, okay? Good. Keeping these small jumps. Awesome. Let's go for 4, 3. And now we're going to go in our big jumps into a frog position. So jump, bring your heels in towards the center of your body. Landing in that first position. So these are your big jumps. Heels are still kissing as we jump in, bringing them into frog position and landing in first position. You got this, guys. These are your biggest jumps here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Go ahead, just a little jumps. And you know what? Let's go into a nice jog. Bring your legs parallel and one leg at a time. Just a nice little jog here. Lower our heart rate. Give our legs just a little bit of a break. They should be really warm by now. Mine sure are, okay? Good. Let's jump for 3. Let's jump for 2. And let's jump for 1. Bring it in. Great job. If you need a drink of water, now's the time. If you want to keep going, let's go right into our next set. So now, I'm going to keep that red and light spring on for single leg work laying on my back. If you want to go down in the spring, take your blue spring off. We're going to do single leg work here. So I'm going to bring my left leg to tabletop, and my right foot is on my jump board, okay? And we're just going to jump on that right foot. Make these your little jumps. They're not your biggest jumps here. And you're still landing ball, heel, okay? Keep this leg nice and firm. Just don't let it rest like out to the side. You want to make sure your knee's right above your hip. Point the toes so our mind's in it. This leg is just not doing anything. We're always staying focused, ball, heel. Good. We're going to go ahead and bicycle our left leg. So as you jump in, extend it over the jump board and bring it in. Nice, long, strong left leg here, guys. Keep that toe pointed. Good. Just bicycling that leg over and back to tabletop. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to keep this leg extended, and we're just going to lower and lift it as we jump in. So try to keep this leg nice and long and strong. You're just tapping the top of your jump board. Good. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Back to tabletop and little jumps for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Good. Take a quick second, catch your breath, and we're going to go right into that left leg, okay? So if you're like me, my right leg is burning up, especially from the single legs, that heavy weight. So let's go with left leg on that jump board, right leg to tabletop, and let's just jump in and out with those small jumps. They're not our biggest jumps here. Point the toes, and we're just jumping in and out. Good, just warming up to that left leg. Make sure you're landing with your foot right under your hip. You're not all the way out into second, and you're not too far in towards the center of your body. Good. And then we're gonna go right into that bicycle. So when you're ready, let's go ahead, extend it out and bring, actually, let me find, there we go, my rhythm. Sorry guys. So extend that leg out as you come in, bring it back into chest as you jump out. Good, so hopefully you found your rhythm. It took me a second, sorry about that. Good, extending out and in, still landing ball, heel, ball, heel. Try to keep these smaller jump. You don't need to make it your biggest jump. We have a lot working here, so we don't need to go into that big jump to really lift that heart rate, because it should be lifted doing these exercises now. When you're ready, let's extend that leg. Tap it as you jump in. Just a little tap on top of that jump board. Good. Breathe. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Tabletop. Bring that heart rate down for 3, 2, and 1. Both feet down and bring it on in. Whew. Good job, guys. Let's go ahead. Come on up, and we're gonna do a spring change here, okay? Grab a quick sip of water. If you're on heavy and light, take your light spring off. And now you just have one heavy. If you're still on just on one heavy, stay there. And we're gonna come down to our sides. So I'm gonna lay onto my side here. If you need a yoga block or a ball here to support your head, be my guest. I'm just gonna use my arm like this as my pillow. So I'm gonna be jumping on my right leg. My left leg is down at tabletop, tucked in, okay? So we're just moving through that right leg, depending what side you're on. When you're ready, we're just gonna push out, landing ball, heel. Pull your shoulders back. Make sure your hips are stacked here, okay? You're not rolling forward, you're not rolling back, and you're not hunched over. Good. Really push through that ball of that foot, moving that carriage, landing ball, heel. See if you can land with your leg right with your hip, okay? So make sure everything's in line right here. Good. Keep breathing. Make these your little jumps in 3, 2, 1. Let's make these larger jumps. Jump all the way out. Jump all the way out. Make sure you don't hit your peg. Make these your big jumps. So really press through that leg. Feel those glutes really fire up here. Still landing ball, heel. These are your biggest jumps for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring it in. Little jumps. Good. We're going to add on to this. We're going to stay in that little jump. So first jump, you're going to land with your leg in line with your hip, and then you're going to land with your leg in a wide second. So land with your leg all the way on top of that board, and then back in line with your hip. So just going back and forth. And be careful not hitting that stopper. You probably just heard it, but you want to control that carriage, and you don't want it to hit that stopper. It'll make that big boom sound. So you're putting all that energy and control in your leg to control that carriage from hitting that stopper. Good, so little jumps here. And then we're gonna go back into the big jumps, and we're gonna still land the way we're landing with hip, and then in that wide second. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's make these large. Land in hip, land in large second. Woo! Careful with that stopper, especially bringing my leg up. Good, guys. Your glute should be on fire now. Mine sure is. Good. These are your biggest jumps, landing. Good. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. And let's go for 1. Last one here. And just landing parallel, in line with your hip. Little jumps here. Bring that heart rate down. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. stay on your side here, guys. We're just gonna come on up onto your elbow, your forearm. So I'm still on my left side. I'm just coming up on my forearm. And we're gonna work through this our working leg still, but we're just gonna do it, we're not gonna jump. So we're just gonna bring our right leg, that top leg, it's gonna come in front of your board and in back. So we're just reaching out long and in back. We're staying up at hip level the entire time. We are really working our hip abductors right now and still working into that glute. So much going on, legs on fire. Stay with me, guys. Breathe. I think my reformer moved while I was jumping, so I hope I'm still in frame here and you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just reaching my leg in front of my jump board and I'm reaching it in back and I'm keeping up at hip level the entire time for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1, coming on down. Good job, guys. Rub it out, take a sip of water, stay on that spring, and we're gonna take it right onto that other side. Okay, so I just kind of paused for a second and I put my reformer back into frame, sorry. Obviously I'm jumping, so it's gonna move that reformer. So I put it back into frame. We're gonna go right into that other side. So my back will be towards you. We're still on that one heavy spring and we're gonna come down onto our side. So now I'm gonna lay on my right side and I'm gonna be jumping with my left leg. My arm is used as my pillow. My right leg is up onto my on my carriage. And from here, we're just gonna jump right into that right leg. I'm gonna jump out and land ball heel. These are our small jumps here, nothing too large. And I'm landing in line with my hip here, okay guys? I'm making sure my hips are stacked, my shoulders are pulled back. Good. Keep going. Good, keep jumping, still in line with that hip. And we're gonna jump in these small jumps for 3, 2, and 1. Now let's make these our biggest jumps. Jumping out and landing, still in line with our hip ball heel. So these are our biggest jumps here, guys. So really putting a lot of energy into that leg to bring that carriage all the way back towards the back of our reformer. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. And these back to your small jumps here. So landing ball heel in line with our hip. And then now let's go ahead and those small jumps, let's add that wide land. So landing wide and then landing back with hip. Wide and then in line with the hip. Still keeping that small jump, but still landing ball heel. Good. Making sure those hips are still stacked. Try not to roll out. Good job, guys. Now let's go ahead and count of 3. Let's make these into our big jumps in the count of 1, 2, and 3. Large jumps, landing with our hip and then landing wide. Landing with the line of the hip and then landing wide with our large jumps. So same thing, just with the large jumps, landing small and then wide. Good job, guys. Keep breathing. Make these large. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Just little tiny jumps in line with your hip now. Good. Let's count it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, in. Good, we're staying on our side. We're just gonna come up onto our forearm here. And now just like that other side, we're just gonna reach that top leg in front of our jump board, staying up at hip level, and then we're gonna reach it back. So we're not jumping, but we're still working through that working left leg. Try to keep the hips still here, shoulders still, and you're just moving through that leg, reaching it forward, and then reaching it back, getting full extension. The hard part here, guys, is keeping it up at hip level the entire time. Try not to drop it. Feel those hip abductors working really hard. Glutes are already on fire from that jumping. You got it. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Reach it back and bring the legs in. Go ahead and rub it out and come on up. Whew. Great job. So let's give our legs a little bit of a break. We're still gonna jump, but we're gonna jump on a light spring. So I'm gonna take my heavy spring off and I'm gonna switch it for my blue spring. So blue is my lightest spring and I'm taking that heavy spring off and we're gonna get into some core work, okay? So when you're ready, let's go ahead and lay onto our backs. And you can keep your head rested up here again. And so now we're on that light blue spring. So that's gonna give us more air time, which air time means more time in the back of our reformer before we land. So we're gonna work into our core here. So shimmy on down so your shoulders are away from your shoulder block so you can come up into flexion. So let's place our hands behind our head, using our hands as a nice little head rest as we lift our head, neck, and shoulders up. So you want to make sure your head is over your shoulders. Take that straight out of your neck. Feet onto your reformer, and when you're ready, let's just jump out and in. Stay in this flexion here, guys. Keeping your head up, looking towards the core, bringing that core in towards your spine, finding that posterior pelvic tilt here, okay? So put it in your core, not your lower back. And we're just jumping in and out, landing ball hill. So now you can see that we have more air time here. Takes a little bit longer to land. Good. So let's go ahead, keeping your head nice and lifted. As you jump out, bring your knees into chest and land. Strong core here. So we're just bringing the knees into chest. Don't lift that tailbone off of the carriage. Keep it nice and grounded. And you're just bringing the knees to chest and landing ball hill. Awesome. Let's keep this for 2 and 1. We're going to keep doing the same thing, but now I'm just going to rotate my body towards the sides. Still bringing the knees to chest, and I'm rotating, letting my opposite elbow and opposite knee touch. Keep the collarbones nice and wide here. Good. And if your neck gets heavy, you need to rest it, go ahead and put it down onto your head rester, guys. You can just come up for that jump and rest the head. But if you really want to work the core and you're at an advanced level, try to keep it lifted the entire time. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go into single leg. So now I'm going to bring that knee in, but I'm landing with both feet, and then I'm bringing that single leg in. So same thing, but keeping one leg extended and one leg bent in towards the chest. Elbow to knee. 2, and we're going to keep doing it, but now we're going to extend that bent leg. So as you jump, extend it out, landing both feet. So we're doing the same thing, just switching what our legs are doing, really getting into the core, getting into those obliques. Amazing job, guys. Keep going. If you need a break, be my guest. Stay with me if you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just jumping parallel here. Keep that head up if you can. Ooh. Good. And we're going to add on to this. We're going to go into like a cheerleader pose. So watch me as you jump out, extend the legs, and bringing the arms in. It's a nice little crunch. Keeping those head lifted if you can, and bring it even closer towards the center of your body. Extending the legs, nice strong legs here. Still super strong core as we jump. Good. You got this, guys. Keep breathing. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in and rest your head. Whew. Feel it burn. Okay, guys, we are almost done with this. Let's just come on up and finish this off with some single legs. So keep that light spring. We're going to come onto our reformer, and we're going to come on down, and you're going to use your foot onto that headrest. So make sure your legs are in line here when your foot's on that headrest. Your floor leg isn't too far up. You want them right in line with each other. Hands onto your jump board, and you're just going to press out. Out. Really press that carriage out. Let it leave your foot. And then landing and bringing it in. You're staying in a nice little squat here. Bent leg with that standing leg. Make sure you don't hyperextend it. Pulling that core in towards your spine. You got it, guys. Try not to let that stopper hit like what I just did. So this is like a nice little cardio burst for our heart rate. Still working into that leg. Really extending. Feel that glute lift. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. Whew. Good. Let's walk around. We are almost done. I'm really trying to keep this under 30 minutes. Or right at 30 minutes. So, coming around to the other side. Now my left leg is onto my headrest. And as it's on the headrest, make sure your standing leg is right in line with it. Like I said before, you don't want it too far up. So if you're standing, you want them right in line with each other. Both hands onto your jump board. Slight bend in that floor leg. Core in towards your spine and kicking out and landing. So really try to make these like your big jumps here. Pressing that out, squeezing that glute as the reformer leaves your foot, and then bringing it in as it touches your foot coming on in. And controlling it so it doesn't hit that stopper. Good job, guys. Make this a nice little cardio burst. This is our last cardio burst before we are done. So really, try to make these a fast little leg jump or throw. Good. Slight bend in that floor leg. Core is strong here. You got it. Squeezing that glute. Woo! Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in and slowly come on down. So good, guys. Let's come onto our reformer and sit down and just take a quick little stretch, okay? So I'm going to bring my left leg over my right leg into a nice forward stretch and just really get a nice stretch in the back of those legs and glutes that we just worked really hard. Heart rate is still up. If yours is, great job. And you can bend forward just a little bit more to get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Feel that glute and the hamstring really open up here. And then let's switch legs. Same thing, opposite leg. So right leg's gonna come over towards your left. Make a nice little forward stretch, hinging forward, put a little pressure kind of on the knee here. If you need a deeper stretch, hinging forward even more. Ooh, I really feel this right leg super tight. And then both legs down. Awesome job, guys. If you need more of a stretch, be my guest, but this is it for now. I hope you like that 30-minute jump board. I've gotten a lot of requests for this, so this is why I jumped on it and did it for you guys. I'm also getting a lot of requests for my mamas out there that only have like 20 to 30 minutes to work out. I feel you, I'm the same way. It's all I really can give into my workouts too with my 2 little ones. So I will do my best to start kind of pushing those out for you. Quick 20-minute, 30-minute full body workouts that you feel great afterwards. So thank you so much. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Try my best to get as many workouts for you guys. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great week. Bye.